cloud. Sweet. All right. So we're going to start on our backs. Take a second and notice your shoulders being on the ground, a slight arch in your lower spine, which is normal, and your feet on the mat. And notice where your head is relative to your shoulders, because we all have a tendency to bring our heads so forward during the day when we're using our technology. So just notice where it is now, because it's different. We're going to start and take our legs up into tabletop and take our arms up as well, pressing our shoulder blades down into the mat. And we're going to start with some extensions out while we bring our arms behind us. So take one leg, extend it out, and then the other. Keeping the foot at the same latitude. Holding that core nice and tight, and bringing the arms all the way to the back. Squeeze that core nice and tight, get it activated. Excuse me. And let's do a few more. Let's do 4 more on each side. Last 2. And last 1. Take the legs down for a second. Push yourself up into a little glute bridge just to stretch out through the hip flexors, since we do so much stuff in tabletop in this class. Lower down. Lift up one more time. And lower down. We're going to hug one leg in towards our chest. Lift that straight leg up off the ground. And then lift our head, shoulders, and chest up. Pulse twice towards us while holding onto our shin. Pulse twice in the other direction. You can look with your neck sort of down the length of your shirt. That position will offer the least stress on your neck. And reminders, make sure that your lower back is in a neutral position. So there's a tiny little curve there, but if it's arching, you'll want to bring the legs higher and work on building strength so that you can support the legs without the back compensating. And breathe on every switch. Excellent work. We're going to do 8 more on each side. Then we're going to straighten the legs and continue the same motion. Really waking the core up. I will admit that I didn't work out as much as I usually would want to over the break. So it's a little bit of a wake up for me too. Last one. Now we're going to straighten our legs and do the same thing, pulsing while we hold the calf. And if you can't reach the calf, you can hold on to the thigh, like that. If you feel like there's any pain in your neck, you can take one hand behind just to give your neck a little bit of support. That's one option. Then try and keep your legs as straight as you can. Straight-ish is okay though if you need to. Keep it going. We're going to do 8 more on each side, so technically that's 16 more. Here we go. Four more on each side. 2 more on each side. Last one. Come on down. Let's bring the feet again onto the mat. And let's do a couple glute bridges just to have some opposition to all of the flexion that we have. Lift and lower. Lift. Squeeze through the butt and lower. Lift up again. And then one last time. And lower. We're going to do Pilates leg circles. So we're going to keep our core, everything as sort of stable and not moving as we can. So slide your left leg out on the mat so it's straight. Take your right leg up so it's straight or straight-ish. And we're going to circle 8 times in one direction. You can make them as big as you're able to control. If you find yourself doing like a lot of like moving, you'll probably want to take them smaller so that you can control from the core. That was my what not to do. A little bit off. Last 2 on this direction. Last one. And reverse the circle in the other direction. So now we're coming up and across the body. Awesome job. Take the leg down, slide along the mat, other leg. I'm just going to switch so I don't hit my foot on all the weights because that sounds painful. So take the other leg out. Now your right leg is down flat on the mat and you're lifting your left leg to straight or straight-ish. And we're going to take it around for 8. Again, controlling through the core and taking the movement in the leg only. And the other way. Those 8 circles go really fast. Like, it didn't feel like we did 8, but I counted, so we did. And take it down. Let's take a moment and just stretch our arms above our heads and extend your right arm and left leg. So we're thinking about elongating opposite sides. And then elongate your other side, your left arm and right leg. Do that one more time. Awesome. We are going to go into our Pilates bicycles. So take your hands, whoops, I gotta switch her again. I guess this is the problem with, this is my first Pilates class with that weight thing here. Okay, so take your head and chest up. We're gonna bend like we did before, but now we're gonna tilt the torso up and over towards that knee. And then switch as you're able. Again, monitor your lower back. You want to be in a neutral position, but if you're not 100% sure what that means, press your stomach into the mat and then it will be flat with no gap, and that protects your lower back. And then really make sure that you're twisting as you raise, because that's what gets your obliques going. It's amazing what a week of not doing this feels like when you resume. I don't know if you guys were better than me over the holiday, but keep going. We're going to move into our last 8. Hang in there. Here we go, last 8 on each side. 7, 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the arms down, take the legs down. Take a moment just to rest things and windshield wiper the legs from side to side. All right. We're going to extend our legs, extend our arms, taking our legs a little open. And we're going to lift our arms, and although we are lifting them, we're not swinging up. We are rising with control. Up to seated. We're going to bend forward towards the feet, come up to straight, and then roll down through lower back, middle back, upper back, taking the head back down. And then we go again. Rising up, bringing ourselves forward, straight, and then lowering. If you're having trouble, you can always give the knees a little bit of a bend. That makes it a little bit easier. And lower. Exhale on the way up to power you. Inhale, and then exhale down again. Lower. Awesome job. Take yourself forward, lower down. Do a few more, then we're going to end up so we can do saw. So like we'll end up by our feet, not down on the ground. We'll do 4 more, and then we'll end up. So it may actually be like 3.5 more, I guess. So this is our last full one, and then we'll come back up one more time so that we're seated for the next exercise. And here we come. All right, I'm going to face forward so you guys can see. Sitting in a straddle. I am not sitting in the world's widest straddle ever. I am sitting in a straddle that is comfortable and not too much, and that I can sit up nice and straight with. Flexing my feet, shoulders down and back, and sitting up nice and tall, being conscious of my posture, especially if we got a little sloppy over the break. Hello, that was me. You're going to twist to one side. Bend over to the outside of your leg, the front hand. Come up and bend back. Rotate the other way. Bend towards the outside of the hand. Come on up and come center. Bend to the side. Come down. Up and center. Other way. Excellent work. And think long as you bend over, not like crunching, but like long out towards the foot. Twist, long, and twist. Let's do 4 more on each side. Really reach. We're going to do 2 more on each side now. Twist. Last one. Shake it on out. We are going to come to a side plank. And you can do any variation of plank you like. Full plank, doing it from the knees. Full plank with a little help, wrist or forearms, whatever works well for you today. I'll do forearm because I never do forearm. It's a little variety. Come on up into your plank. First, get nice and stable. Make sure those hips are stacked. And then we're going to lift the hips and take the arm overhead. Lift those hips. We'll do 8. 2 more. Last one. And then we're going to reach under and up for 8. Just do a little adjusting. That's cool. Four more. Last one. Hold, gently lower with control. We're going to swing around to the other side. So get ready, forearm plank, forearm plank, hand version, whatever works for you. Ideally, you should probably match up the 2 sides. Rise up into your plank. Make sure those hips are squared off and lifted. Make sure that shoulder is in line with that elbow or that wrist if you're up on your hand. First, hold it and get steady. Now we're going to lift through the hip and reach over our head for 8. Last 4. Last one. And now we're going to reach under and back up. Try and keep those hips lifted, don't let them drop. Last 2. Last one. Bring yourself down. Sit on up. Let's stretch to each side. So take one arm up. Same way that the knees are pointing, take that same arm up. Stretch to the side. Bring yourself up. Switch through the legs. Bend to the other side. Oh, I'm sorry, just kidding. Same arm as where the knees are pointing. I did that wrong. Stretch to the second side. Come on up. And we're going to come into, I call it kickstand. It's not really a plank. It's like a cheating plank. So you're going to have your bottom knee. Same knee is hand down as to help you balance. And then your elbow is just going to be apt to the side. And you're going to flex that foot. You're going to kick front with it flexed and point back as you bring it back. So kick front, point it back. And your goal is to try and keep that leg at the same level, so try not to let it drop. Keep it at that same latitude as you kick front and point back. Bring it center, raise it and lift it. I'm flexing that foot, pointing the knee forward. Three more, so we're going to do 10. Take it down. We're going to do the same thing to the other side. So find yourself hand on the mat, your kickstand. I'm going to move forward so I don't hurt my foot on those weights. Going to have to figure that out. You're going to kick forward and point back. Keep that leg at the same height. Keep those hips lifted. Last one. Lift and lower the flex foot for 10. Last 4. Last 1. Bring it down. We're going to come onto our stomachs. Press your pelvis into the mat. Hands or palms up behind you. And you're going to lift yourself out and up, nice and long, mermaid style, and lower, while keeping the legs on the mat, but still activated. My glutes are still squeezing, my legs are still engaged, even as I'm just flipping the torso. Lift up nice and long. Let's do that 3 more times, and then we'll do the legs. Take your hands, use it as your pillow. You're going to push, not push, but press the hips into the mat, legs slightly turned out and slightly apart. And you're going to lift up for 10. You're also thinking long here, so up and out. Last 2. Last 1. Now we're going to take our arms out in front of us, and we're either going to Superman with both, or we're going to alternate opposing arms and legs. Up to you. So either inhale and lift up both sides nice and long, or you're going to keep, like I said, one of each on the mat at a time, and then alternate. Those of us that are up in Superman, we're going to go swimming or flying or some sort of moving through water. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently bringing yourself back down. Push below your shoulders to bring yourself back into a child's pose. So round that back. Now that we have extension, we're going to flex by rounding. Come up to all fours. Let's just get a little bit of a stretch across the front with our abs, so arch everything.
Julie, your video's off, and I gotta jump off for a call.
Oh, my video's off?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I'll see you some other time. Bye.
Okay. Oh, sorry, they jumped off. I don't know what happened. Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Teresa, are you still here? Did you jump off too?
I'm around.
Okay, we're just cooling down. Sorry, I think my phone said low battery, and I guess it stopped.
Okay.
So we're gonna just finish by arching and rounding a little bit. And then we're gonna sit down and just stretch to each side. So take the hands out nice and wide as we sit up straight. Lift one arm. Take yourself nice and lateral. Bring it up. Other side. Take it up. Roll the shoulders forward. Roll them back. Take a second and sit up. Feel where your body is. And try and keep good posture. Cool. Good to have you, Teresa. Take care.
Thank you, Julie.
All right, bye guys.
Okay, bye.
I swear to God, I'm not touched anything from the direction of the